Welcome to the Gift and Home Channel. I'm Susan Wagner, editor of Country Business Magazine, and I'm here in Apex, North Carolina with Pam and Mac Thorpe, the winners of this year's Retailer of the Year contest. Pam and Mac have a wonderful store here called the Rusty Bucket, and part of what makes them a success is they really truly believe in advertising and marketing and the important role that plays in a business such as theirs. So tell me a little bit about why marketing and advertising is so important.
Well, if people don't know you're here and they don't know what you're offering and when you're offering it, how do they know to come? How do they know to plan in their budget to put you in their decorating allowance? In our community, we have a lot of people that come in from out of state relocating. They build a new home, buy a new home. They're going to be looking to do some decorating. People who've lived here are either decorating their current home or buying up in home. You want to attract those folks in. So you've got to let them know. In fact, we kid around that my title is Pam. She's the shopkeeper and I'm Pam. Promotions, advertising, and marketing. And it's a way of telling people who you are, what you are, and where you are.
Mm-hmm. You both realize the importance of that after having your background in more corporate marketing and sales and things like that.
We came from corporate backgrounds, and together we have about 40 years experience
sales
in sales and marketing. And we've been fortunate that we can bring that with us and use it in our own small business.
And we, for instance, when we first started, we got the lease on the building. First thing we bought was a Model A truck. And we restored that truck. Now, that's a personal dream of mine, is to always own a Model A truck. But what we wanted was be able to put something in local parades, parking in front of the store, because since our theme was an old country store layout, what we wanted was to have the truck sitting there and be known around town as that delivery truck that would have been here when this building was built back in the 20s and 30s. They'd have had a truck similar to that if this store was here. And the other thing is, before we even had the contractor license, contract with a contractor to build out, we had our sign up on the building, and we had statics on the back of our automobiles so that we're constantly putting our brand out before the public at every opportunity.
Even before we opened, the Rusty Bucket name was around town everywhere. And people were calling, going, I see your sign, I see your vehicles. When are you going to open? They didn't know what it was, really, sometimes.
But they were asking the questions, and that's very key. You have an idea that your marketing dollars are paying off for yourself when they begin asking, and initially asking what you are, and then where you are, and then showing up. And we have tried all forms of advertising, from print medium and newspaper and magazines to radio and television, and of course to the sign on the building, the logo on the bags that everybody purchases something in. So we've tried it all. All of it works in some form or fashion. Probably key to or a success point would be radio. Dollar for dollar, every radio ad we ran, and you just can't run one in one day. You need to do like we did a 6-week campaign and an 8-week campaign, because it's the repetition that people hear it. But every time the radio ad came on, our phone would ring, and somebody is in their car somewhere saying, I'm at such and such intersection in Raleigh or Garner, or I'm over in Durham, I just heard your ad, how do I get to your store? Or they walk in, and we've had them as much as a year later say, I've been trying to come in your store, but I saw your TV ad, or I saw you in Our State magazine, and we've been dying to come see your store, and we're finally here.
Advertising is one of those things I think some people look at and think, I don't really have the money to spend on it because my budget's tight. But sometimes I think you really can't afford not to spend the money on it. We put in about 5 to 8% of our annual sales into advertising.
Yeah, that's gross sales too.
And it's just one of those things that you have to do to keep your name out there. And like he said, you have to repeatedly. You don't want to always do the same thing. Marketing, getting involved with things in the town and different communities and service events and things like that. You're always thinking about, what can I do to get my name out in front of people.
So for instance, we do a lot of donating to school raffles and auctions or civic clubs. We give them a lamp or a sign or something like that, because guess what? They're going to say, this lamp is from the Rusty Bucket. It gives you some free PR that way. And then the other thing is, join the Chamber of Commerce, join the Downtown Business Association. Pam is the second year as secretary of the Downtown Business Association. Be visible. If you get a chance and you're involved in those things, you might I've had to go before the town council to speak about, we sponsored for the first time in 31 years, the Apex High School Homecoming Parade was brought back downtown. We went before the town council. Well, I went before the council as a member of the Downtown Business Association, but they know me as Mac from the Rusty Bucket.
Right, and all the people that were sitting in the audience at the at the town council, if they didn't know about the Rusty Bucket when we left, they were saying, "No, where are you? You're right downtown.
Right.
We've heard about that store."
Yeah, and another great thing is our website. Because, like I said, when we started out, we bought the truck, and then we went and put the sign up on the door. We started with my Uncle George. He's quite the expert with computers, and in his retirement, he does websites. So he did our first one. And then that got us started as far as information. But then we wanted a more dynamic website, and we went with a company out of Greenville, North Carolina, Artec. And Craig Andrews is head of that company, and they have done a magnificent job. I did the layout and the photographs and the text, but they put it together in the internet medium. And what you do is you just can't put it out there and leave it. You got to constantly be updating it. Every time Pam does a email letter, it goes on our website as Shopkeeper's Message. We do a quarterly newsletter. It goes under the link called As the Crow Flies. So it's constantly being updated. We have a link called What's New. Soon as shipments come in the back door, she's unpacking them. I'm taking my camera, click, 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 go over to the computer, put it on, shoot an email out. And then what you do is you go to your website administration and see, oh, today I've got 11, I'll say there's 11,000 hits on your website. Write that down, the date and time you did it, and how you know that you're being successful with some of your marketing is that, guess what? People can go to your website.
Right.
And you go look in there, and it went from 11,100 to 11,800. Wow, you've had a lot of hits to your website. People are showing interest. That's another measure of marketing success.
Well, thank you very much for your time. That's all great advice and great tips for other retailers.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Enjoy it.
Thank you.